Okay, so this is the consent calendar for March 15th, and the item, the first and only item on the agenda is, what is it called? Via Valverde. I don't have an address. It's, do you guys have an address on your property? Is there an address in that property? No address, okay, no wonder. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, we did a site visit, right? Like, didn't we see? Yeah, we did, yeah. Okay, do you have the drawings? Yeah. So, we have no negative comments, but, can you go through you have the details and colors? I thought there was a separate file with the details, correct? Yeah, yeah, and they have the colors there.
Put it out just in case it.
Yeah. Can you show yeah, there we go. Okay. And they have a light fixture or some, light fix?
Electrical page with the cut sheets of the light fixtures.
All dark sky. Are microphones on?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to jump to the details, Alex, or?
Yeah, I saw them online, but yeah, go ahead. They're in a different file, right? I think. Another one. I thought there was another one. No.
Final plan set one there that looks probably that down. The second one from the bottom,
Yeah,
that looks,
yeah.
that's what I would pick.
Yeah, that.
But it's like 8 sheets. So it's quite a bit.
It's towards the end. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a separate file. I think it's all one combined file. 8. Quite a lot of files. Into A8 that's the start, which is the door and window schedule.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got a finish schedule. Then we got all the exterior details and interior details.
Keep going.
keep
Keep
going.
keep going. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah.
So there's some sections, wall sections, and then there's some specific files. further.
I like your seal detail. The slope seal. I think it's very nice.
Slope sill, yeah.
Yeah, keep,
So the walls are framing with 8-inch studs, so we can do that. So we can
Yeah.
recess them a bit and flare the sills. Typical, well, I don't know if it's so typical, but just sort of soft Mediterranean detailing,
yeah,
rounded corners. The exterior doors and windows would be, we're either looking at
Keep going.
metal clad, which would be something like Lowen or Arkemill painted. It just depends on the budget.
Mhm.
So the exterior details are still coming.
Yeah.
It's like 8.6 and 8.7 or so.
Yeah, and we have some of the not typical, but we have some windows that are
Fine. Keep,
interior operated with a plaster grill on the exterior.
It's a fireplace. Keep going.
Fireplace
Next.
details,
Here we go.
a few details.
yeah.
The ridge, typical eaves.
Okay, and the light fixture is where? It's in the,
E1. Yeah, that's, keep going. It's not too far. There we go.
There you go.
oh, okay. Yeah. All right, good.
They're all dark sky, night
They
sky.
complete, and towards the end is a landscape page at the end, right? Is that right?
Yes, right. That's part of it. That's a hardscape, but there's a planning page coming up. One more, I think. Uh-oh.
This was all what was presented at the previous meeting, right?
Yeah, it hasn't changed.
All looks good from
All right, good. So
positive comments.
So good to go. Okay, very good. Great.
We good?
All right.
Thanks, Alex.
See you
Thanks,
next time.
guys. Have a good weekend.
You too. So that completes the consent calendar.
Right, we can begin the March 15th Board of Architectural Review meeting. We'll begin with any public comment that's not related to items on today's agenda. I have any speaker slips.
We have nobody signed up for public comment.
Okay, move on to agenda status report.
Yes, right here, item number, sorry, let me orientate myself. Item number 3, request to be continued to the April 5th SBAR agenda, and item number 2, request to be continued to the April 5th SBAR agenda.
Both 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Does it need a motion?
For item number 3, yes, we need a motion.
Make a motion to continue items, 2 and 3, is that it?
Yes,
All right, all
that was second by John.
those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0.
We'll move on to the minutes from March 1st.
Yeah.
Move to number 2.
Yeah.
Did Val say she's? Okay. Oh. Move on to 3. Yeah, and is that our purview since the scope wasn't big? Did we make that? And it's just phrased a little funny. Yeah.
Was it kind of unreasonable to ask the guy to modify the rest of the house?
Isn't that the one where they had there was a problem with the the roof connection? That,
I think so. I think that's
Yeah.
a different comment. Yeah, restudy roof line appears.
yeah, there it is, yeah.
more-
Okay, yeah, I think B is, yeah, I think you're correct. It's a little bit awkward. Well, how about like this? The existing structure could use additional detail. Suggest recessed doors and windows. Suggestion to, that is a suggestion, right? It's not a,
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know whose comment that was.
it sounds like, you suggest, was it your comment? Yeah. B. VB. Yeah. I think if it.
You want to rephrase that?
Well, it's unclear if it's a directive or a suggestion, and it seems like we don't think it's a,
In
it didn't come across
as
as. a-
minutes, I don't think it came across as us asking them to.
So how about the existing structure could use additional detailing like recessed windows and doors? Okay. You got, is that okay, Kimberly? Yeah, okay, great, okay. Okay.
Anything else on three?
And on C, is eliminate the words more of, consider a break in roof line. in- So this is on the fire area, isn't it? Study ways to incorporate fire-safe eaves where possible. I think what happened is they have no eaves whatsoever, right? Is that the one? They have no eaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think the word possible is awkward. I think it would be where appropriate or where, yeah, how about where appropriate? Yeah, study ways to incorporate fire-safe eaves where appropriate. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Well, on B, it says restudy the relationship of roof overhang, second story overhang, patio doors on the south elevation. What does that mean? We say why you should restudy?
Yeah, there was an area where it was, I think the addition was overhanging the existing roof and the doors were spanning the two-story break.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Where
right.
the connection all happened.
Yeah,
Connection between the one story and the two story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
remember that. I think it's well played. I think it's well said. Okay, go to 5. I think 5 is fine. Okay.
For 6, did you get anything submitted? Was it going to be submitted? To the planner? Do we know if that happened? For item 6, it says, we put like a comment, we gave it final, but put a comment on it.
I can get in contact with the planner and see if that got done, but I don't know right now.
I guess the process is to show, to bring them to the consent calendar reviewers or how?
We gave it final, we
Mhm.
didn't, put a contingency that had to come back for final.
Right,
consent. So
right.
It's just for the planner to confirm that those details were added. We think we should probably get a report back if it happens.
Yeah, makes sense. I think on 7, I would delete the first sentence because it doesn't add much.
Yeah, it's not
Documentation- Yeah,
necessary.
it said, delete the documentation is overly conceptualized. I think the rest of the story. So you got, so you get that, Kimberly? The, yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah. And then be eliminate percentage.
Demonstrating good things. I think that's what is.
And on letter F, not double slung windows, but double hung windows. It's kind of Texan, double slung windows.
Yeah.
Consider out of it and just say, address this with the project to improve continuity with the rest of the structure. I mean, if they come up with a good resolution of these different styles, then it'll be okay.
Make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to SBAR members' informational briefings. Anyone have anything? I need to recuse from item 5. And I will need to leave at noon, but I believe we'll be done. Very few items today. Do you have any you need to recuse from?
Yeah, also, report good news, the size of files on the, online is much better, it's much more manageable. Good job.
All right, and we'll move on to the staff update.
Newfangled one. There we go. And nothing for me. Thank you.
All right, and we had one consent item, the Sullivan new single-family dwelling.
Yeah, we review that project, the consent calendar, and I make a motion to approve the project as submitted. Yes, for a second.
Those in favor? Aye. And we will move on to the standard agenda. Item 1 is the Loddig edition, at the request of Natalie Oshner, agent for Benjamin Loddig. It's here for prelim and final review of a 89 square foot addition, 678 square foot attached garage, and it includes a remodel. It's located at 5160 Via Valverde in the Eastern Glida Valley community area, and it's on a property that is 0.3 acres. Is the applicant online? Oh, sorry.
Good morning, Tom Oxener, project architect. Yes, so this is a pretty simple project. When your board saw it last, there was really one comment, and I've got it here. I can state it. what the project is it's a conversion of an existing garage into habitable, and then the construction of a new garage in front of it towards the front yard setback. There's also a little alteration to the existing master. So when your board saw it last, it recognized that it was, I'm not sure what triggered it to be here, but it is, I'm pulling that up. These are the comments. And again, there was really one comment, and it goes like this. The first comment was straightforward projects. Second comment is restudy garage elevation to reduce visual impact. Raise elevation and increase pitch of the proposed eyebrow along the garage elevation, and to add a vent or windows as decorative element at the top of the gable. I don't know if we have the previous garage elevation, but we can go to the proposed. Oh, yeah, actually, we do have it in, well, we have the existing as-built elevation in this set, but I don't know that we have the previous one that we were trying to improve. But let's go to the proposed elevation. Well, that's a good place back there. Let's just, if we go to the upper left, or the upper, we can see the eyebrow to the left. Yes, there. So the top of that eyebrow is a 4x8, which is 8 feet 6 from the slab, and it projects out a total of 4 feet, 2 feet to the 4x8 and another 2-foot overhang and a 4x6 knee brace. And unfortunately, that information is called out on the structural drawings, which didn't get submitted here, but let's take a look at what the elevations look like. One more sheet. There we go. So what that does then is, with that increased height, with that 4x8 beam going up to 8'6", the garage is at 7 feet, and the extension of the eyebrow forward, it presents more of a breakup to that facade. And then the vent up there is a standard 18-inch wide by 24-inch louvered vent. And previously, that elevation had a smaller eyebrow that was pushed down low with no vent, and it looked a little awkward. And that's what spawned the comment from the last meeting. That's it. Thank you.
Any questions from the?
There's something in the back too, right? Or, isn't there an addition in the back or something like that?
There's a small addition in the back. Yes.
Can you show that? That's,
So that pop out there to the left is a shed element that comes forward.
okay. Do you have any details or anything, or lights or colors?
Colors are match existing. Let's take a look. I think it's all on the proposed elevations. Let's see here. Yes, it's calling that out. Match existing stucco, match existing roofing.
Okay, so it seems like we have, I'm sorry.
No, are there any other questions? Okay. Is there any public comment?
We have received no requests to speak, and we have nobody in the attendance.
I find it perfectly fine. It just needs a note to say that any new light fixtures will be night sky compliant, colors to match. Seems pretty straightforward.
Since it's simple enough, does anyone else have any?
No, I agree with that.
So it looks like it'll have to come back on consent if it doesn't have structural, right? Or no?
No,
No? Okay.
no, it's good. It
Okay.
can get,
All right. Does it,
I'll make a motion for final, preliminary and final.
Second the motion.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
All right. 2 and 3, yep. We'll move on to item 4, the Gillespie Guest House. The request of Ken Dixon, agent for John Gillespie. It's here for conceptual review of a guest house, 788 square feet to be built beneath an existing detached garage. See, it's on a 1-acre plot and within the coastal overlay zone, and it will not require any cut or fill. The property is 1 acre at 428 Toro Canyon Road. Oh, we're moving too fast. Well, yeah, I guess because it was item 4. I, th- yeah,
Can you call Ken Dixon?
okay, and I did just see Gretchen Z. Yeah, let me see if I have her. Do you have her cell number?
You want to take a 5-minute recess?
Sure, let's take a 5-minute recess. Okay, I texted.
For, Katona. Oh, then I'll move back. Okay.
Okay, are we online now? Okay, so, so the applicant here is Ken Dixon here? Okay, excellent, okay. Mm. So this is the first time we see this project, right?
Right.
Okay, great, okay. Go ahead. Your name for the record and so forth.
My name is Mark Winke, representing Windward Design Services.
Mhm, mhm.
First, this reason first time you're seeing this, I think it was going to be an ADU.
Mm.
Then they decided to make it to a guest house.
Mhm.
ADU didn't need to come to SBAR, but the guest house does. It was a little harder than I thought. Okay. So it's pretty simple. The drawings are really explanatory because they're pretty far along, i.e. ready to go to building department. There's an existing garage on the right-hand side as you see it from the downhill side, which is the city side. On the right-hand side where that little red
Huh?
hidden in the trees areas, and there, the house is on the left there. Nothing happening to that. The area below the garage is being carved out to make a guest room. So that you can't really see it, and the garage is still on top of the guest room. And it's covered in the same material as the house. I guess you just flip through these. You guys all know where this is? That's, yeah. Foothill. So there, you kind of see the side planning of it.
So you're building, I was looking at the plans, you're building under the existing garage, but there's gotta be some daylight somewhere, I mean.
On the downhill side, it's like a walkout condition. It is now, right now, there's caissons that are holding up the garage.
Mm,
They saw that area and decided to kind of carve that out and make a guest room there.
okay, great.
I do not.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool house.
Thank you.
The existing condition of the garage, which isn't changing, is basically the same. It's a shed box. It has the same material, has no roof on it except for a flat roof. Does not compete with the house itself. There's a plan. It's detached. There's the garage. That roof looks like it's a hip roof, but it's really just a slope condition for a flat roof, basically a flat roof. Existing conditions. As you could have told if you looked at them, it's basically just covered with lattice now cover the caissons. There you go. So the sections tell the main story. There's the garage above, there's a section below, and the red area is basically the new carved out zone. Doesn't go all the way back to the front of the garage for good reasons, but structurally. And yeah, it kind of shows you it. So if there were no trees, that's what it would look like on the bottom right. And the deck of the existing house meanders over and becomes the deck of the guest house, or connects to. And as I mentioned before, the garage itself is it's basically just a box, the same material. Really nondescript. That's pretty much it.
All right, very good. Is there any landscape associated with this or no need?
No.
This,
There's nothing, well, because most of it is below the existing garage.
okay.
There's a lot of landscaping in front of it,
Good.
as you can tell from that drawing right there.
Are there any questions from the board?
No, seems straightforward.
Anybody online regarding this project?
You know, is the the shape of the garage is existing, right? It
Right.
doesn't have, it's just that block.
Right, it's just that box, yeah.
Anybody online? Nobody online. Okay, very good. So, I guess we're ready
Is there a
for,
pool being built? I see it labeled as a new pool deck,
I don't think so.
a new pool deck surface. I didn't know if that, there's a pool going on.
I think the surface may be new. I don't think there's a new.
It didn't look like it was drawn on there just as a label. It's pool
I'm
deck.
not familiar with that, to tell the truth.
uh, are there any pictures from where you can see the new house? I mean, do you have any angle of that?
Just those ones that were down from below, if you go back to the second or third page. Not the rendering, yeah.
So that would be it, huh?
That one on the right.
Okay, all right.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
All right, very good. Are there comments from the board? Starting from that side, start from the, Robert?
I think it all looks good. It's all detailed out. It seems the addition is underneath the existing garage, so I don't see it's like a big impact to anybody. I guess a question, that new parking area that you're proposing, is there a like a requirement for any safety railing or anything around that, or is there a big drop, or is that just, maybe go to the site plan, please? Right there, in the top left where you're at the, somebody walks up to the edge, do they fall off that, or is it just? I think, it's
No,
further up there.
The other side, yeah.
Yeah, because I saw you had to create a parking area for the fire. I was just wondering how that fits into the topography. Anyhow, I guess the comment would be, if there is a safety concern, there should be railing along that wall, because it looks like it's built on the top of a slope.
I would agree. I believe there would have to be, if that's not already existing condition, if that's new, that'd definitely be a handrail of sorts, to keep it from falling off.
So I guess my comment would be, if it's necessary, you should probably bring back whatever safety railings.
I'm not even sure if it's in the scope of work, but
Mhm. Mhm.
That's my only, other than that, I think it all looks great. And I see that the landscaping is appropriate, that you're providing the ceanothus to feather and disturb the landscape. That's good.
Anything else? Valerie? You have anything to
I have no further comments. I think it looks fine.
Yeah, it's a nice mid-century modern residence that I'm glad to see it's getting some care. It looks like it's getting on in age. I just had a quick question. Just out of curiosity, I think it's it's a fine project. The concrete poles in the addition, how's that work?
concrete poles.
Yeah, there's concrete cylinders in the interior that.
Yeah, so those caissons are existing. They support the garage above. So the whole system will be,
Filling around it.
yeah, it'll be a deep foundation system for both levels.
Wild. No, it just was a curiosity of mine. I didn't know if those were coming in newly or part of the existing situation. I'll make the room interesting, I guess. There'll be a story to tell. Anyway, I think it's a great project.
Any comments here?
I think it's a nice little space for somebody.
Okay, very good. So, okay, all positive comments, and this is here for, we have a planner, and so we can continue this for preliminary and final, right? To consent?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll see you on consent next time, okay? Very good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And next yeah. Yeah. And next we have the Via Glorieta, 4375 Via Glorieta. Yes, very good. And we have a live applicant. Hi, Gretchen. Good morning. Hello. How are you? Okay. Let's see, we can have the project on the screen. Yeah. Hmm.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay,
hold on a second. We're going to put it on the screen.
Oh,
okay?
all right.
So this is a project, this is small addition, it's an ADU, but requires a modification, and that's why we're looking at it.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
very good. So if we go to the site plan, maybe, yeah, tell us about the modification request.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. It's an ADU, but I'm here because it's a mod request. So we have a really restricted site because this is in Hope Ranch and the Las Palmas setback is 125 feet, and we have to go into that. We're not going into the Via Glorieta setback. You can see outlined in red.
Can you follow that with your cursor? The
Yeah.
setback.
Yeah, you can see that that's an existing stable, and we will remove that stable. And the idea is sort of to present something that's similar to that, and but we're moving it further away from Via Glorieta, but it will go into the Las Palmas setback a little bit more.
Okay.
And also up on top, we have to provide parking. There are two garage spaces, but they want three additional spaces. So they are,
Can
no,
you
one,
blow that
two,
up a little
three,
bit?
4, 5 additional spaces. So they are located, you'll see in the sort of hatched area, that's going to be turf block. And that's, Hope Ranch just requires that much parking because they don't want the cars on the street. So that was great that we were able to fit those there, so we wouldn't have to do any kind of, excavation or build retaining walls off the existing driveway, because it's actually quite steep.
Okay.
So there are story poles up there. They're going to come down next week if any of you are interested in looking at it. You cannot see this very much at all. I mean, you really have to look very hard from Via Glorieta. You can't see it at all from Las Palmas, maybe on top of.
Isn't there a picture? Do you have any picture from Las Palmas?
Pardon?
Do you have any photograph?
There should be,
There we go. From Las Palmas?
Las
maybe?
Palmas, I thought I did. Well, you really can't,
Yeah, well,
no, you can't, you can't, when you're outside
Hmm.
Las Palmas is down really far and you
Okay.
can't see it at all.
okay, very good.
But you may be able to see it if you're on there's a bridle path right by the fence, and you can sort of, yeah, oh, right there, that's it. And
Very good.
so
So
what
the work,
we have been to Hope Ranch, BAR through preliminary, so we have chosen the materials, if you'd like to see those. I probably wouldn't.
we don't really have to see, we don't
Yeah,
really look
that
at
would
the
be
ADU. We should have whether the modification is appropriate or not.
Okay,
So let's leave it at that. Okay.
Great.
Okay, very good. Okay, I think that concludes the presentation.
thank you.
Any questions from the board?
Is there any planting proposed to?
Yeah, there's some existing trees, like there's some oak trees that are not going to be touched, but there are some existing trees that some of them are not in good condition, but we're going to plant some more Tijuana trees on the western side, and that
Are they shown in the plan?
they're shown in the landscape plan.
Can you have the landscape plan, please? So which are the new trees in the,
Well, that's not well, anyway, this is not the landscape plan.
is there a landscape plan, landscape set?
Well, here, I'll just explain it,
Wait, hold on a second.
if you can't.
Do we have a landscape set, Jonathan?
There's just one sheet.
Okay, all right, so.
one sheet of land. But it's fairly simple. You see where the ADU is,
Mm-hmm.
and there are 3 trees right there.
Which three trees?
Talking on the backside of it there.
The southern side, the Las Palmas side.
Yeah, there's like 4 trees that look like they're kind of.
Yeah, and the one that's very close, we're gonna be taking down, and that actually where there's a trellis shown, that's a deck, and that'll be cantilevered, so there's really not that much soil.
Uh-huh, disturbance, yeah.
We're not gonna excavate there much, but the landscape architect has proposed some Tijuana trees just to the west of the bedroom area of the ADU.
Okay, very good. Any other questions?
No, I just, maybe at the next round, we could see the landscape.
Yeah, I don't know
appreciate
what
your sure.
happened.
Anything else? Any other question? No? Any,
No.
nobody online? Okay. So, well, comments then. This is here because of the modification on a very large setback and.
I'll just say architecturally, I think it's fine. The building doesn't have any real resemblance to the existing structure, but I think they're separated enough to make it work. So it's, it's just a nice kind of agricultural looking style building in a wooded area. And I think it's a nice addition to the property in the neighborhood. Doesn't seem to have any impacts from public right of way that are problematic. It's a nice, clean little building. So I'd say architectural style is acceptable, mass bulk and scale, neighborhood compatibility are all good. And I think come back with more detailed information about landscape plans, trees being removed and provided newly, and a materials board. Compliments to the chef here, or to the architect, the designer, that it's nice. See 3 sheets of drawings and you got the whole package here. Well, almost 2, right? You got the floor plan sections, site section, elevation. So it's, I think, just some basic
I'm gonna just interject.
detailing for that.
Comments related to the modification,
Yeah.
not the ADU.
Oh, is it an ADU?
Yeah, the ADU we can't discuss the
Yeah.
materials or
Yeah, yeah.
architecture or any of those features of the ADU. So it's,
Well, you can't put them in the record, actually.
not be putting any
Maybe
notes
nice.
in, but it is very nice. Yeah, just the appropriateness of the setback modification.
Yeah,
to the-
Maybe
I'll
because-
say that the appropriateness of the setback of the modification, it seems properly done and approvable.
So, any additional comments?
I have a quick question. When you're removing the stable, was that actually more visible from Via Glorieta
It
than what you're
is.
doing now?
Yeah, it is, because we're, it's tucked into it's a little bit taller, but it's further back as you. can
Further
see on
back,
the side
you
plan.
can't see it from Las Palmas.
No, no,
So that would be a support of the modification.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it looks like this could return to consent for preliminary and final.
So if I could, you'll need to take preliminary action next time only because it will need to go through the zoning administrator for the land use action, and then it can come back for final.
Well, can the concept, the preliminary action be taken at consent?
No, unfortunately, it's not noticed for preliminary, so.
No, not now, meaning next.
Yes, next time it can come back, it needs to get preliminary approval before it
Uh,
can go to the hearing body.
We'll do that on consent, no need to submit any more documentation. So we're
Great,
good.
great. So
Okay.
when I set up that next meeting, I should bring for preliminary it is, then I should bring this level of drawing, not the final drawings. Is that correct?
Well,
You can bring as much
Much as I want.
detail as you want, but follow the comments about the landscape and the site,
Okay,
having more clarity on that for preliminary.
okay.
so that will be on consent, first thing in the morning, 8:45. Okay, very good. Okay,
All righty,
thank you. And let's see. And we have one, I think we have one more. Okay, well, we can then adjourn then, right? Yeah, okay, very good. Do we need a note? All right. Okay, do we need a motion to? Motion to adjourn. Is there, all those in favor say aye? Aye.
I.